Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello, my dear students. I hope that you're doing well and I hope that everything is okay. Welcome to a new lesson today. We have lesson 4 in unit 2. Okay, lesson 4. I hope that you're ready. You have the book with you. Open your books, page 18. We have reading, and this reading is about is right, right? You know, what does it mean, is right, right? Look at the question first before we start reading. On which side of the road do people drive in your country? You know, as you know, in some countries, people drive on the left side. In other countries, people drive on the right side. So I think in Saudi Arabia, we drive on the right side, right? Okay. Do you know countries which drive on the left side? Okay. Yeah, we will read about these countries and know why they drive on the left side, and we will study the history of those countries. On which side of the road do people usually walk? And also, as you know, that we also walk on the right side of the sidewalk, for example. Or if you are taking the escalator in a mall, for example, you are taking the right side if you're going up, and if you're going down, you take the left side, right? So it's like you're driving on the road. These things are connected with our culture, with our customs. It's customary in our country, and we will see if people in other countries do the same or not. Okay, look, I want to tell you something. In English, uh, in reading, if you want to answer questions like true, false here, we do something which is called skimming and scanning. Okay, so we will listen now to the story and then answer these questions. I will tell you what to do after we listen. Listen first, please, to the reading, and then we will answer the questions.
Is right right? Why must you drive on the right side of the road in some countries and on the left side of the road in other countries? Investigate the question, and you find a lot of confusion on right versus left. About a quarter of the world drives on the left, and most of those countries used to be British colonies. In England, people drive on the left, but on escalators, they stand on the right, so that people who are in a hurry can go up on the left. In Japan, they drive on the left too, but people usually stand on the left on escalators. There are different explanations for the use of right versus left. Some people believe that it is a natural tendency to walk or drive on the right. This is because most people are right-handed. We can look back in history for reasons people move on the right or left of the road. Some people say that in Europe hundreds of years ago, people rode their horses on the left. This way, their sword was between them and anyone who was coming toward them in the opposite direction. They were ready to pull out their sword and fight to defend themselves with their right arm. There is also evidence that the ancient Greek, Egyptian, and Roman troops used to march on the left side. And in Rome, they made it law in the 1300s. So when and why did the right side become popular? One idea is that in the 1700s, people in France and in the United States started to use wagons with several pairs of horses and to drive on the right side of the road. It was easier for the drivers to sit on the left and control the horses with a whip in the right hand. And it was safer if other vehicles passed on the left so the drivers could see the distance between vehicles. Some people say that in England, people always drove on the left, and in France, people always drove on the right. In any case, Napoleon, a ruler of France, ordered people to drive on the right side in the early 1800s. France conquered many countries at that time, and so these countries drove on the right. But France didn't conquer England, so England kept its custom of driving on the left. In the 20th century, there was a trend to the right. Many cars were made in the United States, and they were made for driving on the right side of the road. As recently as 1967, Sweden changed its laws. Now, people in Sweden must drive on the right. So, right or left? Just follow the customs of the country where you are, and be sure to drive carefully on that side.
Okay, it's very nice story actually. Actually we're reading about history. So now let's answer the questions. In England, people drive on the left. Do you think this is true or false? People drive on the left. You know, we don't need to read the passage from the beginning. We will go to England here. So if you go back to England, you will check the answer. I want to show you how can you find the answer without reading from the beginning. This is called skimming and scanning technique that we use in reading. Okay, so let's see here. England. Okay, look, in England, people drive on the left. So the answer is true, right? In Japan, people drive on the right and walk on the left. Actually, it's the opposite. They drive on the left and walk on the right, so it should be false. In France, people probably always drove on the right. Actually, it's false. Yeah, many countries use left or right because of England and France. Yes, because they colonized or conquered most of the countries around the world. So it's true. Some countries changed to driving on the right. Yes, they used to drive on the left, but they changed the rules and they started to drive on the right. This is true. Let's check our answers. Actually, our answers all are correct. Now let's move to the second exercise. Exercise B, match. Find the meaning of the word in bold. Type from the reading. Yes, now, historians investigate questions about past events. They read old records to find answers. What do you mean by investigate? Do you know? We want to match the meaning of investigate A, B, C, D, or E. What do you think is the correct meaning? What do you think? Yes, the answer is E. So the first one, E. Investigate means to study something and make research. To research, to study something. Yeah. Number two, there is some confusion over the history of the use of the right or the left. People aren't sure of what happened. What do you mean by confusion? Do you know? Yes, the answer is B. Uncertainty about what happened. Uncertainty about what happened. Yeah, we're not sure about what happened. Yes. Yeah, number three now. At the end of the war, the large country conquered the small one. Conquered, it's to have a control of something, right? Yes. So what's the answer? Have you got the answer? Yes, the answer is A. Thank you. Took control of a country, city, etc., through the use of power or through the use of force. In some countries, the custom is to drive very fast on large roads. What do you think the custom mean? What do you think the word custom means? What does it mean? Do you know? Yes, the answer is D. Something that is usual done. I'm sorry, something that is usually done. What's the custom in Saudi Arabia when you greet people? The custom is to shake people's hand, right? So custom is something traditional and usually done. Yeah, the last one, number five, there was a trend toward energy efficient cars at the start of the 21st century. So the answer is C. Trend means a direction of change and a direction of change, a tendency. It's trend. We usually use it also when we talk about the technology, also when we talk about fashion. So it's a direction of change and tendency. Okay, thank you, my dear students, for watching this video. Thank you for your time. See you later and goodbye.